go. So we're going to start with the same warm-up that we've been starting with, right? It's just 5K, close S, 2D. Bom, bom, bom. It's a nice little knockdown combo. Solid BMB. Chipp's 5K is really good. You can see that you kind of run up. You can hit him with the tip and still get close S in 2D. Pretty much at any range. So you're going to take him to one side, then you're going to throw him out of the corner. Just take him back and forth. We're doing laps. It's like you're swimming or running. Except you're punching, you're actually kicking Slayer in the dick and then cutting his stomach and then tripping him, which is pretty rude if you think about it. But we're you know, he's a vampire. He can take it. Let's just go back and forth. I'm gonna warm those hands up. That's cool, Daphonics. Get in there. After the 2D, you can go ahead and backdash and run up, do it all over again. I don't think my voice is quiet enough to do a real ASMR stream, but I appreciate it, White Beast. That's right. Just kick that vampire in the dick. Kick him in the dick over and over and over again. He deserves it. You know how often I lose this motherfucker in tournament? Fuck this guy. That's right. Just coast to coast. Left and right, right to left. We'll go ahead and do one more loop. That's right, Stir Crazy. You heard me. Kick that vampire right in the dick. Yeah, I should have. You're right, Amma. That would be too personal, though. Like when I see, I think it was Starsky that had purple Chipp on his training dummy once, and I was like, oh, I see how it is. All right, we're gonna do one more lap with just the BMB, and then we'll mix it up. Yeah, just here, listen to my hands. Listen to those buttons. All right, it's such a good sound. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same combo, and then after that combo, right? We're gonna do, well, let's focus on the individual motion first, right? So I want you to dash forward and then just hit up, just like this. You're doing a run forward and then immediately doing a neutral jump, right? Not up forward. Dash up, dash up. Dash, oop, dash up, dash up, dash up, dash up, dash up. Yeah, get used to that. Try and get a neutral jump. If you're getting a jump forward, that means you're probably hitting the up too quickly, or you're not letting go of forward. You need to go to neutral for a little bit. Can't go rushing it. When you're playing a ninja, you gotta take your time. You gotta be precise, right? Now, we're gonna do something else, right? We're gonna do a faultless defense cancel. What you're gonna do is you're going to do this, right? The run into the neutral jump. And then when you hit the apex of your neutral jump, right at the top, I want you to hit 1, so that's down back, and then kick, and then piano, and then hold your finger on kick, but piano your next finger onto slash, right? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna cancel out of this move, the J2K, into faultless defense, right? Now you do that when you jump forward, you might stop a little bit, right? Or slow down a little bit. But when you do it in a neutral jump, well, then you just kill your momentum completely, which is pretty cool. So just get used to that now. Oop. If you mess up, it's okay. We're in training mode. No one cares. Yeah. So just like that. Listen to the sound that my buttons are making, right? Clack, clack. Oop. If you do it right, you'll see the FD flash, and you'll see your momentum kill, right? This is super cool. Not many characters can do it, but Chipp can. And it's cool because it means that you can do stuff like run up at someone, jump, and then stop and backdash, right? Oh, this is what we call neutral. Hey. So now we're going to take this and apply it to the BMB we just did. So you're going to do 5K close S2D. After the 2D, you're going to wait for just a little bit, and then you're going to do that, right? So that's run up, neutral jump, faultless defense cancel, H on the way down, and then when you land, you'll probably just want to go 5K right into 2D, okay? So just do this over and over. Oh, don't worry about messing up. It's okay. Happens all the time. That's why we're warming up. All good. Yeah, just take him back and forth. You get him in the corner, just throw him out. And yeah, actually, I don't remember if Peter plays on the default color or not. I feel like Slayer's default color is actually pretty good, so I wouldn't be surprised. Chuck him out of the corner. Just keep on doing it. Just keep on going back and forth. You're gonna make show you ramen tomorrow? That sounds great, Graffiti. Also, what up, Aaron? Good to see you. Yeah. Sometimes you can get one hit on the JH, sometimes you're gonna get two. If you don't know, your opponent probably doesn't know either. Mix-ups. I mean, this will probably be harder if you're doing it on a pad. I couldn't tell you because I don't really play on a pad. I don't know which pad you're playing on. I'm assuming it's the PS4 pad. So it might be a little bit harder to do on a pad. If you have a faultless defense button, you could use that too, right? Like I have slash and hard slash bound to a button, and if you press that and back, then you can just get faultless, right? But K and any other button will work, right? It's just harder, especially if you're using your thumb. If you use a claw grip, it gets a little bit easier. We'll do one more lap. Yeah, I personally can't stand the DualShock 4 for fighting games. I know lots of people manage to make it work, especially L-Felt players, but I can't stand that shit. All right, so now we're gonna add one more wrinkle to the FDC Oki, and that's instead of doing the faultless defense cancel, you're just gonna jump over them. Okay, like this. It's the same jump, right? Oh, you want to be a little bit further away. The same neutral jump, but instead of faultless defense canceling, you're just going to land on the other side. Donk Slayer right in the back of that vampire-ass head of his. 5K 2D. Boom. Back and forth, right? Now with these two options, you have a mix-up, and it's pretty nasty. My favorite gamepad is the Hori Fighting Commander, personally. It's a good-ass name, and I like the Saturn-style pad. Okay, so now what we're going to do in this part of the warm-up, we're going to go into a corner combo that starts off that B&B, but it gets a little bit longer, right? Every time you hit someone in the corner, you have the chance to get more damage. Right? For free, just because they're in the corner. Does this work on Zato? Hell yeah. It works real good on Zato. So, you're going to do 5K close S 2D, like that. After the 2D, you're going to do 236S, 623H. After this is over, after the 623H is over, like when Chipp is kind of starting on the way down, you've got to hit JD and then cancel the JD into 236P. That's Alpha Blade, right? You hold the P to wall cling and then press P again to Alpha Blade off, right? If you want, you can break it down into chunks. Yeah, if you're having trouble connecting the 5K, it might be because you're pressing it at the wrong time. Maybe you're landing too far. It's tricky. It'll take some time. But keep on trying, and eventually you'll get it right. Yeah. Mess with the delay. That's how you learn, Pyramid Plaza. Good shit. So all we're going to do is we're just going to do this combo here. If you want, you can break it into 3 chunks, right? Chunk number 1 is the B&B into 236S. After 236S, you do 623H, that's Shinkiro. Then on the way down, you hit JD into Alpha Blade, hold the punch to wall cling, and Alpha Blade again. Now, Pyramid Plaza, if you're landing too far, you might want to try starting your jump earlier. It can be finicky. It can absolutely be finicky. It takes time. It looks easy, but it's not. So we're just going to do this combo. After you do the Alpha Blade off the wall, H teleport, that's 22H. You can do a delayed JS, and it might give you a nasty little mix-up. You can also just do a JH. I think that'll hit. and then just do the combo again, except off 2K this time. I like this. I like this because it just loops into itself, right? You don't have to think too hard about what you're doing. You just get into this really nice rhythm. Oh, occasionally you fuck up. That's all right. We can do one more on this side. Ooh. All right, now we're gonna take him to the other side and do it on this side. Cool, I messed up. It's okay. Ah, I did the JS too late and so it crossed on. That's right, you hold P to wall playing after alpha plate. Yep, it got added in Rev 2. Arxis was nice to chip players' wrists. What if I get... Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. So you can actually, with this particular setup, you can fake teleport, or you can P teleport, which teleports in place, and then you can H, and I think you can still medium. Maybe not quite. It's a little late. Still pretty cool though. All right. So now we're gonna move on to the next stop. We're gonna do a jump install B&B. We practiced this last time, so if this is new, you might not get it the first time. But basically, the way jump install works is when you do a move that puts you in the air, like Chipp's H or S teleport. Some moves don't give you your air options, right? I cannot air dash after I do this, and I can't double jump, right? But if I am in a combo and I jump cancel in the combo, and then even if I don't actually go into the air because I cancel out of jump startup with something else, I can keep my air options, right? So the easy way to see how this works is if I do 2-2-H, I can't do an air dash afterwards. But if I do 2-2-8-H, I canceled my super jump into my teleport, and so I get to keep my air dash. And if I cancel my landing recovery into teleport, I can actually keep my double jump and triple jump too. It's pretty cool. Chipp's movement options are super rad, by the way, and not many people use all of them quite as well as ET does. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna use this mechanic, it's called jump install, to jump cancel our close S, and then cancel the close S, or the jump startup rather, into 2H, right? So what we're gonna get is this. See, it's easy, right? So the input there is close S, up, down, 2H, 2H again, and that's gonna teleport, right? Right, like that. And then when I get in the air, I'm gonna press punch slash, jump cancel slash, jump cancel, slash hard slash into 623S. Okay, it's gonna look like this. Boom, just like that. It works in the corner, though we can do better stuff in the corner, but you can just keep on practicing this one right now. If you don't want to do 2-2-H, you can do 2-2-S instead, that'll work as well. And this combo is nice because you can get it off the ambiguous left-right that we were doing earlier, and it does a shit ton of damage and pretty good corner carry without having to spend any meter. Of course, you gotta not fuck it up like I did. That's okay. I believe you can get it. Look at that. And just keep on doing this for a little bit. If you don't get it, that's okay. This takes time, but keep practicing. You might not get it today, but you could get it tomorrow. Maybe you get it next week. Once you start getting it, then you got it. It's not going away, right? Woo, I messed up. It's funny. I bought myself like a real solid like freestanding punching and kicking bag. I do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, a whole bunch of other stuff. And I bought myself a really nice freestanding kicking bag. And you know, gyms are closed everywhere, right? I can't go train because of social distancing and stuff, which is fine. I got my shit at home. I can keep on doing my thing. And one of the things I'm trying to do during quarantine is, you know how Bruce Lee said, I forget exactly how it went, but he was like, I am more afraid of the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times than the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks once. I'm getting 10,000 reps of my roundhouse kicks, right? And I can tell I'm just doing it like about 100, maybe 200 reps a day, 4 or 5 days a week, right? And what I've noticed is, like, because your body learns things over time, right? Your muscles get stronger, but it's also your muscle memory kind of internalizing different things in different orders, right? Like you can't do 10,000 kicks in one day and get good. You have to do it over time. Over time, I've noticed that the kicks make more sense to me just because my body is better able to deal with it, right? My muscles are able to think about those kicks and execute my actions differently on day 10 or day 40 than they were on day 1. That's pretty cool. And it's the same thing with fighting games, right? So just keep doing it. If you don't get it at first, it's okay. Try and figure out what it is you're doing wrong, but you might not get the right timing until tomorrow or next week. That's just how fighting games go. Just like leveling up your XP, right? All right, we'll go ahead and do one more, and then we'll move on to the next segment. So, exactly, Rail Man, that's what's up. So now we're gonna go into a quick on block drill, right? So you're gonna switch the dummy so that it's blocking everything. Block switching is enabled. Normal block is fine. We'll have it standing, right? Generic Monikers asks, what do I think about the idea of practicing wrong? I don't think you can practice something right the first try. I think it takes a while to figure out what the right way is, and so sometimes you're gonna have to learn the wrong way often before you learn the right way, and that's part of it. So just like Bruce Lee was saying, right? You can't the 10,000th kick that you throw is going to be completely different than the first kick you throw. Oh, thanks for turning the banana on. All right, so what we're going to do here is Slayer's blocking. We can't hit him, so instead we're just going to run up and throw, right? The way this works is you run, and you can't actually throw out of run. You have to let go, okay? So you're going to let go, and then immediately once you let go, you're just going to press forward, slash, and hard slash at the same time. Like that. You don't need to FD cancel. And yeah, Daft Phonics, it's going to be different, right? Like I was saying earlier, if your controller is your instrument, you're playing a different instrument than I am, right? I'm playing on a stick. You're playing on a pad. The things that you will be doing will be different than things that I will be doing. Super Moose asks, why do you have to press slash and hard slash? You don't have to. You can actually just press hard slash. But what Guilty Gear does is it lets you pick. So in Guilty Gear, you by default you press forward or backward and heavy to do a throw, right? And so if you're out of range, what happens is you'll get 6H if you press forward, and you'll get 4H, which is usually your 5H if you press back, right? Now when you're in throw range, you usually don't want 6H because this thing takes forever. So does 5H, right? So instead, what Guilty Gear lets you do is it lets you pick a different normal to option select with. If you press forward, slash, and heavy slash, then what you get is slash if you're not in throw range or if they're not throwable, and throw if it works, right? See, Chipp's close slash is really good. So it's a good idea to option select slash and throw when you're running up like this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna run up and you're gonna throw, and then you're gonna backdash after the throw, and you're gonna make Slayer block a Gamma Blade, and then you're gonna just run up and throw again. Hey, what up, Andres? Just like this, easy. You are +5 after that Gamma Blade. It's not a foolproof. It's not a foolproof perfect frame advantage, but it is enough to often get people to stop mashing, right? And right now we're really just practicing a couple things, right? One is we're practicing a run-up throw because it's an easy thing to fuck up. The other thing is we're practicing after throw timing the backdash into Gamma Blade so you can maximize your frame advantage, right? Oops. So yeah, just keep on doing this. Ooh. That's right. As Stir Crazy thankfully points out, this is not good practice against Slayer players, because Slayer players don't block. But we'll get to that later. Got a little ahead of myself there. But we're just practicing. We're just practicing. Ooh, run up throw. Backdash gamma blade. Run up throw. I like to find little loops like this, so I can practice a couple of the same things over and over. We could just practice run up throw, right? We could just do that. But I need to work on timing my backdashes. Guilty Gear is pretty unforgiving when it comes to the input buffer on like immediate backdashes, right? And I fucked it up there. And following up the gamma blade afterwards. I could like lose a round because I messed this thing up, you know? Chipp explodes. Now, of course, a real player is not just gonna let me throw them all the time, but that's okay. We're just practicing this part. There are a whole bunch of different ways we could handle the branching off run up throw and into a blocked gamma blade. And in general, actually, as a Chipp player, I will tell you, getting used to what the opponent wants to do after a blocked gamma blade is a really important situation to learn. Because if you want to, you can get people to block a lot of gamma blades. There are a lot of knockdowns that Chipp can get where he doesn't get a really nice FDC Oki, right? I can't go for the FDC Oki after a throw because Slayer can wake up and air throw me or 6P me or whatever. Yeah, Stir Crazy, basically. So Chipp takes 30% more damage from any hit than Soul does. He has a 1.3 damage modifier. Fucking sucks. He has good guts, but he basically dies in like two to three hits. Okay. So we're gonna move on. We've done all that stuff before. We're gonna add. Oh no. Jam is nice and healthy. Don't give me. You don't need to worry about Jam. Her modifier is like 1.06 or something. Jam's like a fucking tank compared to Chipp. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice one more thing, and it's actually off of Gamma Blade on hit. So you're gonna go ahead and turn block off. And what we're gonna do is, after you hit Gamma Blade, yes, Danimus, everyone has 420 health. Nice. All right. So what we're gonna do is, this time, you're gonna run up throw, and this time you're gonna hit with the Gamma Blade. Oh my God. You hit him with the Gamma Blade. Maybe try to backdash, maybe try to mash on you or something. Doesn't matter. After you hit the Gamma Blade, what you're gonna do is run up, /, 5H, and you're gonna cancel the 5H into an instant air dash, and then you're gonna follow up after that. Right? You're gonna follow up with JK, it's gonna hit twice, and then you're gonna end with JD. It's gonna look like this. Boom. Now this is actually tricky. And it doesn't always have to be far S. Far S I find to be the easiest one to confirm off of, but you can hit it off close S, you can hit it off 2S if you need to. What's important is that you go into 5H after, and then you cancel that into an IAD. Yes, Milia is fragile in different ways. So Milia's risk cranks harder, but I don't think your damage modifier is quite as high. Anyway, they both die pretty quickly, but Chipp is the one you get for highlight reel combos and shit. It's great. Even when Chipp players play against Chipp, they're like, whoa, I should actually just damage now. It's great. So my guess is you're probably impressed at how easy I made that IAD look, right? I don't know if y'all managed to get it on the first try. This combo took me like weeks before I could get it consistently, right? So I'm just gonna take a second, let you think, oh man, Patrick's so awesome. Look at the way he's just hitting that IAD combo, right? Oop. Well, except for that one. I played myself. Got caught in my zone. So my guess is you probably aren't having nearly as, it probably does not look as easy as I'm making it look. And there's a reason for that. So here's the thing, right? Canceling into IAD is tricky. If you try and do it too quickly, right? As quick as you can off 5H, you're just gonna get jump instead, right? Let me know in chat if this is kind of what your combos are looking like, right? Just like that. Whereas when I do it, looks like that, right? What am I doing differently? Well, You could, and this kind of underscores what I was talking about in the essay that I read today, right? This kind of underscores the importance of knowing how these rules actually work in this game. 5H is jump cancelable, right? So you can tap up, up forward, or up back to cancel 5H. And the buffer for a jump cancel is pretty big. So I can hit 5H and I can hit up like right after, and it'll still work, right? I can cancel into jump as quickly as I want, right? Right, and I can't cancel it as quickly as I want, but I can input the up as quickly as I want, right? The jump won't happen until the jump cancel window, until he gets to the jump cancel window part of the move. But you can press up kind of, stop it, Slayer, go away. You can press up kind of whenever you want, right? That actually makes this harder. So the thing about IAD is you're doing, usually it's up forward and then forward, right? That. And when you're doing it normally, you can do it really quickly. Because as soon as you input the up, or the up forward, rather, as soon as you input the up forward, the game will look for a forward, and if you get that forward, it'll just give you a dash, an air dash, at the earliest possible opportunity, right? And so you might be thinking, hey, why can't I just do this on 5H? Well, the reason it doesn't work is because, if you think about it, right, the game has a certain amount of time where it's looking for that forward input after the up forward, and it says, hey, okay, that's an air dash. If I slow the input down, right, if I do up forward and then I do forward, I don't get it, right? Right? So now we start speeding it up, and you start getting that. But if you slow it down, you don't, right? So what happens is, if you do the IAD too early in the 5H's animation, right? If you start it too early, then what's going to happen is the time difference between when the jump actually happens and when you input the forward is too big, right? Basically, if I try and do it too quickly, I'm not going to get the forward that I need for the IAD. So what you need to do is delay the IAD input just a little bit. So instead of as quickly as you can, you got to hit up after the 5H, or up forward after the 5H hits, and then press forward. Just delay it a little bit. You have to save it. It's more like a link than it is a cancel. Because if you do it too early, then your forward input will just get eaten. Oops, like that. So before you go back to the Gamma Blade, just try delaying the IAD just a little bit. You just do it back and forth. Oops. And yeah, I still drop the shit. And yeah, Stir Crazy, it's all just fighting games. You can play all the different games you want. You're playing the same brain and same hands. Unless you swap your brain and hands out each game, which would be pretty crazy. But hey, I guess you could do it if you want to. I won't stop you. Graffiti, I don't know, but probably. The concept is the same, right? When you cancel something into an IAD, you have to time the link of the IAD. You can't just cancel immediately. You have to delay, right? So now, hopefully you got it working. Maybe you didn't. If you didn't, that's fine. We'll get it next time. But we're going to go back to Gamma Blade. Far S. 5H. JK. Hits twice. And then a JD. Cool. And if you got that combo, oops, like I don't. And again. So what you're going to do from here now is you're going to run up throw, backdash gamma, run up far S, 5H into your IAD combo, and then do it all over again. Yeah, this concept shows up in a couple different places. It shows up in Mistfinder cancels for Johnny. Pretty much any IAD, you're going to be here. Oops. Try it again. I can throw. Oops. Just throw, backdash, gamma. Just like that. Just over and over. Just take your time. You ain't no rush. We got Guilty Gear to play. And we're doing it right now. Even if you don't play Chipp, this will be useful to you. You're You're teaching your hands how to do different things, right? Think about it this way. This is music. No one ever became a great musician by only learning how to play one song. Well, I guess Nickelback kind of did that. But you don't want to be the Nickelback of Guilty Gear. You want to learn how to do a bunch of shit with your hands, even if it doesn't matter for a tournament, right? This isn't just about tournaments. This isn't just about competition. It's about teaching yourself to get good at things. Because getting good at shit that's hard is fucking tight. So just listen to these jams, run up, get that throw, get that backdash down. Just keep on grinding those reps. It probably feels a little bit better now than it did at the beginning of the session. It'll feel a little bit better tomorrow at the end of that session than it will today. And so on and so on. Shouts to Slayer and Hey Hune. What up, X? Cool. Get a couple more reps in. And then if we really want to add just a little bit more sauce, when you get to the corner, you can do the combo we just did with the alpha blade, right? You can combo the JD into 236P. Oops. Hey Hune's cool. Get your alpha wall alpha. Boom. Oop. Oh, I messed up. All right, there we go. I mean, you can practice these drills with Milia, but you won't get anything because these are Chipp specific. But you can do whatever you want. You come up with your own Milia drills. We'll do Milia drills on this stream eventually. But I think that was about 30 minutes, y'all. So I don't know what the Guilty Gear equivalent of, like, you know, child's poses or whatever, right? Just lie down for a little bit. Actually, you know, we probably shouldn't do that. We should probably shake it off. All right, go ahead and stand up. I've been sitting down too much all day. I've been trying to remember that I gotta, like, shake things out because this is my work setup now. I work from home. I sit in this damn gamer chair like 8 hours a day before a stream.